It would probably be best,
Okay,
just so that there's no noise in the background.
gotcha.
Yeah. So now you should be getting a notification, those of you that follow the page, that Rio Grande Council is live.
Well, it's 6:30.
Looking good, I can see it.
I say if everybody's ready, who wants to say go?
Wait.
Okay.
Not yet, give me a second.
I'll give it another minute, Ernest, I'll call to order. We'll get it going.
6:31.
Mm-hmm.
So the Arrowhead district is the first one.
That's correct. Yes. We're number one.
But at least we have an excuse, right? If somebody screws up. 'Cause we were the first ones, man. Y'all had it easy, you know?
We'll be good. $6:32.
And was Luis going to let us know? Ernest?
Well, Rudy, you want us to start?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrowhead District 2020.
Well, hold on. We need to let people in the waiting room.
That's what I was asking.
Okay. Mike, are you ready? Mike Huerta.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm letting everybody in.
I think once it starts, you might want to take the background off so that they can expand the view of the people, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay, everyone's in the room, so we can go ahead and start.
Okay. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arrowhead District 2020 Virtual Friends of Scouting Ask event. My name is Rafael Medrano. I'm the Vice Chair of Finance for the Arrowhead District in the Rio Grande Council. Boy Scouts of America, first, I want to thank you for attending this evening's event. I would also like to thank all Arrowhead District Friends of Scouting Event Committee, Adrian Arriaga, Ernie Aliceda, Steve Wingert, Oscar Garza, and Juan Trevino for helping to make our event a big success. And we cannot forget to thank Marcus Barrera, our Friends of Scouting Virtual Ask Event Chair, for our event here in the Arrowhead District, which oversees the areas of McAllen, Edinburgh, Mission, San Juan. We will be handing a campership for deserving youth in our community in your behalf, Marcus, to attend Camp Perry. To begin our program, I would like to play a video of our Scouts and leader, Carlos Adam Rodriguez, Life Scout, Diego Trevino, Life Scout, Damian Trevino, Star Scout, and Carlos Rodriguez, Adult Leader from Troop 61, from the Rio Grande Council at our Camp Perry site to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, Scout Oath, and Scout Law.
Color guard, attention, camp, attention. Color guard, forward, march. Color guard, alt. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Color guard, post the colors. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times and keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout Law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Outdoor Code. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation-minded. 2. Color guard, reform. Color guard, about face. Color guard, forward, march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, about face. Color guard at east, camp at east.
Will Adrian Arriaga, our district chairman from the Arrowhead District, please lead us in the invocation.
Thank you, Ralph, and welcome all. Our Heavenly Father, as we enter this historic scouting meeting, we bring your presence with us. We speak your peace, your grace, your mercy, and your perfect order here today. We acknowledge your power over all that will be spoken, thought, decided, and done here today. Lord, anoint our scouting projects, ideas, and energy so that even our smallest accomplishments may bring you glory. May the work that we do and the way we do it bring faith, joy, and a smile to all that come in contact with us today. Bless our families, our homes, our volunteers, especially our staff, and keep us all safe. Lord, we thank you for everything you've done, everything you're doing, and everything you're going to do. In your name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Troop 61 and Adrian Arriaga, for leading us in the invocation. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Friends of Scouting Virtual Ask Event Chair, Marcus Barrera, and our Master of Ceremony for the event. Marcus.
Marcus, you need to unmute yourself.
All right, there we go. Okay, thank you, Ralph, and thank you, Troop 61 and Adrian Arriaga. I'm sure there's a deaconship in your future. You did a great prayer. We're pleased to have all of you here today on this virtual fundraising event for the Boy Scouts Arrowhead Division. This is our first one, and so it's it's a trial and error type of situation. But the good thing about it is we're all here for a good cause, so it doesn't really matter about the technical difficulties. What matters is why we're here, and that is to support Boy Scouts here in the Rio Grande Valley. Again, my name is Marcus Barrera. I'm an attorney here in McAllen and a scout leader in Troop 76. And I'm the father of two young scouts, Andres Barrera and Diego Barrera, and both of them are working on their Eagle Scout. In fact, I have a project, actually my son has a project this Saturday, his Eagle project. So we're looking forward to completing that. And they're part of the reason why I'm in Scouts. And, the fact that I went through and was inspired by scouting is also a reason why I'm participating in Scouts and while I'm willing to volunteer to do projects, meaningful projects like this. So I am your chair for the virtual Ask event, and I'm your master of ceremonies. Let me just tell you that through the years, scouting has helped us prepare American youth for the challenges of every era. America truly needs scouting more than ever. Citizenship, personal management, self-reliance, and personal integrity are all parts of scouting and are all hallmarks of the scouting program, and especially the scouting program in the Rio Grande Valley Arrowhead District. Here in the Arrowhead District and in the Rio Grande Valley, we continue to prepare young men and women now to accept responsibility, to lead, and to truly care about principles and not about self-interest. It seems like in our culture, American culture these days, we're moving from helping other people to having a self-interest and asking what's in it for me. Scouting is more what's in it for you. How can I help you? How can I be part of your life and make it easier? How can I help you? And so that's what we want to inspire, and our organization does inspire in our youth. But when you support the 2,400 registered youth and adult members of our local scouting, you truly affect the quality of life and community values of the thousands of scouts and residents that live in our territory. I really don't know of very many other charities and programs that give back, bang for the buck wise in the Rio Grande Valley with our youth. It improves their lives, it enriches our lives, and creates children that come back to our area and give back and start businesses and become professionals, and they support our area, and they're good kids that learned the Scout Oath and the Scout Law and how to become productive members of society. So we're committed to being in the Rio Grande Council, to being good stewards of the resources entrusted us, to be prudent and efficient and accountable, not only to the community, but to our youth. For almost 100 years, the Rio Grande Council has successfully delivered scouting to the youth of our communities. Whether you're a scout volunteer, a parent, a board member, or a financial contributor, your belief in scouting makes the program work. You gotta believe, and you'll hear from some of the scouts that we have in the organization tonight, and they will make you believe. I challenge everyone here to spread the story of the Boy Scouts and the Rio Grande Council and Boy Scouts in general. It's tough. There's so many competing interests these days, including video games and self-serving events that don't promote community and don't involve youth like they do in Boy Scouts. So, to give you an example of how some of the scouts are inspired by the Rio Grande Council and the Boy Scout program, I'd like to play a video now of Gabriel Sanchez from Troop 777 here in the Rio Grande Valley. in the Rio Grande Council, and I want you to hear his inspiring story. So let's hear the video.
He was not there. The next in line was Gabriel to do the report. We were really proud.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Sanchez. I am 14 years old and I'm a Life Scout in Troop 777. I was 6 years old when I joined Scouts. Before Scouts, I was insecure and nervous about making new friends. I did not have any confidence because of my speech problems and other learning disabilities. Scouting has helped me be more confident in many things that I do now, like school and speak in front of people. I am not shy anymore, thanks to Scouting.
Yes, we have seen a difference since he joined Scouting. When he was 11 years old, he attended his first Scout Government Day. At the end of the day, each group was to present a small report of what they had learned for that day. His group, the leader of his group, had left the room for a little bit, and at that time was called to do the report. Because he was not there, the next in line was Gabriel to do the report. We were really proud because he went up there with confidence and he gave his report impromptu without having any idea that he was going to be called to do the report. So we are proud and glad that he has joined Scouting and that Scouting has been able to build up his confidence.
Scouting has taught me many things, like cooking, firebuilding, and my favorite, archery. There are so many fun things to learn and do in Scouts. Please help support the Rio Grande Council so we can help Scouts like myself become future leaders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, what an inspiration. I mean, I don't know if that inspires you, but it really inspires me. There's a lot of kids out there that, and I'm not saying that Gabriel's not a good athlete, but that focus so much on that and not about the skills learned in Scouting and the opportunities that you can really receive and use in Scouting. But I want to thank Gabriel for, first of all, taking the time to do that video for us and for his inspiring Scout story. It makes Scouts like you and many more that strive to help make our communities and our world a better place to live. It's Scouts like you that do this, and that's why we're here wanting to make contributions. There's 100 Gabriels out there, that need your help, and he really truly has an inspiring story. So. At this point, I'm going to introduce Juan Trevino. He is our Arrowhead District Family Friends of Scouting Chair. He does a great job as a volunteer. The Scouts are lucky to have him, and we're lucky to have him tonight to help us and talk to us about an important thing tonight.
Thank you very much, Marcus. I appreciate your kind words. Like Marcus, I also am an assistant for Troop 76, but most of the time I spend with Scouting now is mostly with helping out with the Friends of Scouting program. What is the Friends of Scouting program? Essentially, it's the method or the program that we use to raise funds for the Rio Grande Council so that we can have the council grow and prosper and hopefully have more youth participate in our program. Remember that our youth in our community need your help. So now's the time to commit our treasure. It costs about $350 a year to have a young person go through the Scouting program, and almost $2,000 a year to support a patrol go through from a troop to go through the program. So what we want to do at this time, I'm going to ask you to take your cell phones out and please text the word Arrowhead to 91999. Again, Arrowhead, one word, 91999. Or you can also use the link that's on the screen as well for Facebook. So let's take the next 2 minutes and go through the screen on your phone and think about what amount you'd like to donate to help raise funds for the Scouting program in the Valley. And in the meantime, we'll play some music for you so you can go through that process. Thank you.
I feel like I should have an answer to a question.
Compare it to 1,000, Alex.
We're going to keep playing that until we reach $40,000. So you better hurry and give. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's the end of the 2 minutes. I really do encourage all of you to donate something. It doesn't have to be anything big, you know, it'd be great if it was, but please try and give to our worthy cause. I mean, we can't forget that, you know, without donations, we can't function. So, and if everybody gives, then small amounts, or if we get more volume, you know, then the donations don't have to be as big, and it's easier on the community. But thank you, Juan. You did a great job. You're an asset to the council. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. His name is Dr. Teviet Creighton. Really a tremendously interesting individual. Professor Creighton received his Ph.D. in theoretical astrophysics at the California Institute of Technology, pursuing research on black holes, cosmology, and gravitational waves. He's a true rocket scientist. He continued his postdoctoral research at Caltech and at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Since joining the faculty at UT Brownsville in 2007, which now is UTRGV, his research interests have expanded to include radio, astronomy, and space technology development. He is co-recipient of the 2016 Special Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics for the detection of gravitational waves with the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. Took me about 2 hours to get that down. Currently, he is director of the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy with the acronym CARA at UTRGV, and he's the project lead of the Stargate Space Technology Development Program, which is a public-private partnership between the UTRGV and SpaceX, who was started by Elon Musk. So at this point, I'd like to welcome Dr. Creighton to give us some background on the Stargate programming, and we really appreciate his work. And Dr. Creighton, before you start talking, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Yes, this is my first rodeo. We're doing Zoom all the time at the university now. All right, so what would a professor's presentation be like without some slides? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right, I should be sharing now. So, hello, thank you for that introduction. Teviet Creighton, the director of the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy, or CARA. And I thought I'd just start by saying by showing you this page here that shows what our mission is. The mission of CARA is to make UTRGV a leader in space exploration through education, research, innovation, and commercialization. And I'm going to give you some of the background from CARA and tell you about how we are doing this here in the Rio Grande Valley. And what we mean by a leader in space exploration, really what we're talking about is creating opportunities, just like you guys are concerned with creating opportunities. We want to make opportunities for our students, for our scientists, for businesses, and for the community down here in the Rio Grande Valley. And that is what CARA and especially the Stargate project is about. So, and we do this through space exploration. Now, what do we mean? Space exploration, space is big. It covers a lot of stuff. So when we talk about space exploration, we mean everything deep space research and near space. So when we say deep space research, we're talking about the things that CARA got started with, doing things like black hole astrophysics, my own background, neutron stars, exotic condensed objects out in space, and of course, gravitational waves, which were discovered recently, well, recently, 5 years ago. Their discovery led to a number of awards, including Nobel Prizes for the leaders of the teams, not me, but and also the special breakthrough prize for all the people on the team. So this is where we sort of got our start. And we still do a lot of this deep space research. We do a lot of research in this area, and not just we, the faculty, but we, our students, and all the people who are involved with our center. More recently, we've also started looking at exploring near space through space technology. And I've just shown here just an example of the kinds of things that we're talking about here. This is a roadmap for near space exploration that NASA has put out. And we've done a lot of work with NASA on some of these things. These is just sort of showing you just something like a journey to Mars, something that people have expressed an interest in. A journey to Mars involves several levels of development. We have to work in near space, just orbiting the Earth. We have to come up with ways to get to Mars. We have to find ways to land on Mars. And we have to come up with schemes to inhabit space for long periods of time and to inhabit another world for a long period of time. And each of these stages involves developments both in basic science, in the actual exploration, and the technology development. And our interest in this is the science and the exploration, but also now getting into the technology development. So where did we get our start? The Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy actually began with a program called the Arecibo Remote Command Center, or ARC program. And this was an integrated education and research program, and still is. The ARC program is still running to this day. It is our way of involving students right from the beginnings of their scientific career, right starting from high school, working through undergraduate and graduate studies to get them involved in scientific research, right, from meaningful scientific research, not just washing beakers, but actually doing work that leads to substantial and significant scientific discoveries. We built a dedicated facility known as the ARC Room at UTRGV, well then UT Brownsville, where students would control the most sensitive radio telescopes in the world and use them to search the galaxy for radio pulsars. And for a period of time, we had a sufficiently large number of students working on this project that they were accounting for roughly a third of all new pulsar discoveries made worldwide. including some very significant, scientifically significant pulsar systems. And they did this using, as I say, the most sensitive instruments that mankind has ever built to search the skies for these types of objects. What do we mean? Well, it takes its name from the Arecibo radio telescope on the upper left here. This is the world's up until recently, the world's largest radio dish in the world. It's roughly 300 meters across, or in good Texas terms, 3 football fields across. They also used, on the upper right, the Parkes radio telescope, the largest dish in the southern hemisphere. The Green Bank radio telescope on the lower left, the largest steerable dish in the world. In the center, the Very Large Array, one of the largest radio telescope arrays, and also the Effelsberg telescope, one of the largest telescopes in Europe. These are the types of instruments that our students have been using, not just big dishes, but the biggest and most sensitive radio telescopes that mankind has ever built. But this is just the start. We're not just interested in using the instruments that other people have built. This is the launch point to get students involved in developing their own radio instruments, and CARA's own radio telescope array. One of the early projects of CARA was the low frequency all sky monitor, an array of antenna stations distributed across the US, which is designed to detect the most energetic explosions in the universe, such as the collisions of neutron stars, the same types of things that generate huge gamma ray bursts and gravitational wave bursts. And we're looking for the radiation that comes from these events. And more importantly, it gives students the opportunity to design and build the next generation of radio telescopes. We're giving them the opportunity to get involved in radio astronomy from the ground level, from the actual design of the instruments. And this capability is what led to the foundation of the Stargate project. What does Stargate stand for? Well, it stands for Spacecraft Tracking and Astrophysical Research into Gigahertz Astronomical Transient Emission. And what that means is that we really wanted an acronym that spelled out Stargate, because South Texas is becoming a gateway to the stars. It is becoming the gateway for exploration of space. And Stargate, what it is at its core, is a space technology innovation program to partner with businesses involved in space commercialization and other stakeholders in space, other government agencies such as NASA, educational institutions, and private business to create a culture of research and entrepreneurship down here in the Rio Grande Valley. We want to foster the spirit of Silicon Valley here in the Rio Grande Valley and create opportunities for our students, our researchers, for businesses and entrepreneurs, and for the community at large. Stargate has many projects. We're involved in many things, but it is generally focused around technology development aimed at space, at exploring space. So the signature technology that we've been exploring is something known as phased array communication systems. So taking the knowledge and expertise we have as radio astronomers and using radio astronomy instruments and our capabilities to observe and image the sky using radio waves, and turning this into communication technology, next generation of communication, where we move away from having great big radio dishes that you have to point at a particular spacecraft or satellite in orbit, but going towards these sort of flat panel systems where we can communicate with many space assets simultaneously just by combining signals from a number of array elements. That's our signature technology that we're developing. We're also developing technologies for remote sensing and which can be applied down here on Earth. We're developing laser communication systems for spacecraft communication, and also exploring areas of alternative energy and a project known as blue energy, extracting energy from the oceans, again, with the idea of using this as an energy source for spaceports or for communities along the coasts. We've recently been increasing our capabilities. We've recently been expanding our capabilities within the Stargate project to develop rapid prototyping capabilities and building what I've shown here is a space environment simulator, a system where we can simulate the conditions of space to test materials, test electronics, and test devices that people might want to send into space. And again, we're creating this capability so that we have a capability for our students to conduct research in this area, for our local entrepreneurs and businesses who might want to do sponsored research or use our or hopefully maybe even use our equipment to test their components. We can come and to have some sort of agreement with these people to sort of do shared resources and develop these systems to give opportunities to our business community and to the community at large down here. But mostly we're focusing all of our interest is largely focused on our students and the people that we work with every day. And so another of the projects that I wanted to mention, I wanted to finish with talking about our Stargate Academy. And this is the place where we bring a lot of these things out to the community. We've had this, the Stargate Academy is the continuation of a long tradition that's been going on since before CARA existed. It was the Astronomy Ambassadors, then it was the Stargate Academy. Now it's, we sometimes refer to it as the Space Entrepreneurship Summer Academy, but it is all based on this idea of bringing students into this space exploration business, starting from high school students, introducing them to concepts in astrophysics and now astronautics, space exploration, leadership, and entrepreneurship, all aimed at space, and using space as the hook to bring students into our educational programs and our research and innovation programs. And we do this, we didn't do it this year because of the recent pandemic, but for many years previously, and we will resume it again, I hope, next year. We bring students into our ARC room. We talk to them about astrophysics. We talk to them about rocket science. We let them work on our astronomy projects. They contribute to our astronomy projects. They work on data analysis and observations right here in the ARC room. We get them involved in rocket science. In the past, we've done that through building rockets and launching them, like these little Estes rockets. Now we're getting into a more advanced simulations where they can actually build simulated rockets and actually launch them into space and launch them into simulated solar systems and explore these things using real physics and real technology simulated on the computers. So this is who we are, where we came from, where we're going here at CARA. We are the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy and Stargate, and our mission is to explore the universe here from the Rio Grande Valley. And thank you for giving me this time and opportunity to tell you about our project, our program here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Creighton. That was a great presentation. Space is something that always amazes me, and I've always been interested in it. I've always had this recurring nightmare, though, that I was going to get swallowed up by a black hole somewhere. The whole Earth was going to get swallowed up. So every time I hear about black holes and whatever, I'm fascinated, but my dreams aren't so fascinating. But,
we're safe. Don't worry.
All right. Well, that's worth the whole presentation here. We're far enough away, so we're good. Well, I appreciate that. And on behalf of all the youth and scouters and the Rio Grande Council and the staff and everybody participating in the Friends of Scouting, would like to thank you for speaking today and being our first virtual presenter. And it really was inspiring. And what we've done is we've issued, we're going to issue a campership to a deserving camper to attend Camp Perry for free in your name. And so, yeah, we really appreciate your help today, and really amazing presentation. I know that the future of space in the Rio Grande Valley is in good hands with you. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay. So moving on from Dr. Creighton, we'd like to talk about Camp Perry. Camp Perry is a place that a lot of scouts in the Rio Grande Valley is really the only camp that they get to go to. They don't get to go to anywhere else. You know, I know a lot of kids go to a lot of different camps up north in the hill country, but which is great. And I love that they can experience that, but a lot of kids can't. And Camp Perry offers a tremendous experience for kids here in the Rio Grande Valley, which includes, water activities and camping activities and so forth. I have a funny story to tell you about Camp Perry, since nobody really likes my funny stories, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Since it involves scouting, I've got 3 kids. I've got an older daughter, Isabella, and she's 5 years older than my sons, who are 14, and they're working on their Eagle Scout. And I remember one of the first times that I drove into Camp Perry, I'm always inspired and by the scout laws. You go in, you've got the signs that say trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind. It goes through the whole scout law. I've always, driving in there, I'm always inspired by those signs and those words. And so as I was driving in with my kids for the first time for them, I said, look, boys, look at all these, look at these placards, and the words. This is your scout law. These are all the things that you should strive to be. And if you do these things, you'll do well in school, and people will want to hire you, and people will want to be your friend because you're doing all these inspirational things. And so I was on my high horse, kind of giving them a speech, and then, they started giggling in the back and laughing. And I'm like, this is getting annoying, So I said, here I am trying to teach you guys about being inspirational and look at all these inspirational words at Camp Perry, and all you're doing is laughing in the back. And they said, well, Dad, it's funny, but all these words, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, that's everything our sister Isabella is not to us. I said, what? Are you kidding? I said, yeah, but look, let me teach you about relativity, because I bet if you ask her, she's going to say the same thing about you guys. So, you should be striving to the point where, you guys are both, benefit, and both of y'all see the inspiration of those words. And then you all will be aligned in the future with all of them. And so anyway, I think we're up to trustworthy and loyal, but friendly, courteous, kind, we're still working on. But anyway, that's my funny story about Camp Perry, and I'm still inspired every time I drive in there. I hope they never take that down, because it really is a great entry for Camp Perry. But so now I'd like to show you our newest video of Camp Perry. we shortened it and got the best items that we could out of it. It was created by one of our own scouts, Aaron Trevino, and your donations today will help support the council and support deserving scouts so that they can attend our beloved local Camp Perry. And without your donations, they otherwise would not have the opportunity to attend. So at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Juan Trevino, for another Friends of Scouting update. Well, let's show our video first, and then we'll go to the update. What a great video. Again, Camp Perry is really inspiring to a lot of kids in the district, and you know, your donations help us not only improve the camp, but improve the experience for the kids. But at this time, I'd like to ask Juan Trevino for another Friends of Scouting update. Juan, can you give us an update?
Sure, great. Thanks, Marcus. So, yeah, I agree. That was a great video. And I want to, again, thank my son for producing that and helping out the council with that wonderful video. So where are we? Let's see where we are. We're at $11,577 raised so far. Our goal is $40,000. We didn't expect to reach it tonight. We're going to continue with this, presenting this video on our website so people can continue to donate, you know, going forward. But you know, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Scouting is worth it. It's a great program here in the Valley. And I want to formally ask Dr. Creighton tonight, since we have a space exploration merit badge, I'm going to encourage you to consider being a counselor for this merit badge here in the Rio Grande Council, sir. So in the meantime, again, it's text Arrowhead to 91999. Again, Arrowhead, one word, to 91999. Marcus?
Yeah, thanks again, Juan. Again, we appreciate all that you do. But this time, we'd also like to recognize our sponsors. So we're going to look at our mobile cost screen and look at some of our sponsors of people that we really appreciate. We appreciate everybody, but we also appreciate, you know, the people that can help out with our scouts as well. So we have our corporate sponsors: Rio Bank, Texas National Bank, The Monitor, Barrera Sanchez and Associates. We appreciate all that they do and for giving. And then we also have a ton of individual sponsors that we'll see scrolling through. and we appreciate anything that they give, and you know, it just every bit helps, and you know, we really really appreciate it, whatever you can give, you know. So so again, thank you for their continued support, all of our sponsors and all of our donors. It's now my pleasure to show you what we have raised. I think we can put that back on the screen for our final update for the evening. Let's see what our final amount is, or roughly. Can you bring that up, Mike? Okay, so it's 11,577. So that's great. And like Juan says, we've recorded this so that we can continue to play it, because since we have to do things virtually now and don't have our big in-person dinner fundraiser, we're going to do a bunch of small fundraisers and continuing to play this. And you know, since we're living in the virtual COVID world right now, this is how we have to do it. But again, thank you for everybody who has given. We're also going to email you donation links so you can continue to share it with your friends and family and coworkers. So this is not the end of our event; it's the beginning of our donation season. So so continue to donate if you can. This is a strong lead and positive turning point for our Arrowhead Friends of Scouting campaign, and we sincerely thank all of you. On behalf of our committee, fundraisers, and myself, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I want to personally thank all of the staff that has worked on this. It hasn't been easy. We have new software. We had to invest in new software to try and make it easier to donate. You can still send in checks, and you know, if you just email us, we can send you the information. Really, it's just the Rio Grande Council, and then if you you can make the check out to the Rio Grande Council, send it off to the Rio Grande Council office. You can Google it and just write CARA of Arrowhead, and that way they know to give it to the Hidalgo County group if you're wanting that, or you could give it to another district if you want. But this fundraiser is for the Arrowhead Hidalgo County district. So before we end, I want to hear from our own Scout executive, Rudy Gonzalez, for the Scout Executive Minute, and I'd like Rudy to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. Rudy.
Thank you, Marcus. And thank you to all the volunteers that have helped us with the Arrowhead District Friends of Scouting. I think the youth here in the Valley have a bright future. I think we're going to see many future astronauts coming from the Valley. And I think with all of us working together, giving more kids that opportunity, I see in the future a couple of more, you know, we already have one commander of the International Space Station that came through Camp Perry and through scouting, Mr. Colonel Mike Fossum. And I know that with the help of all of us working together, we're going to give more kids an opportunity to become astronauts. But not only astronauts, also to become leaders here in the community and to give back to the community. And we need all the help we can get from the community, all the parents, las abuelitas, los tíos, la familia, everybody helping out to make sure that all the kids get an opportunity to have that experience of going camping, having a great time in the outdoors. I know a lot of us have been indoors for a while now with COVID, but I know that everybody's eager to get out there. And we have a lot of volunteers that are ready to help out and give those young people in the community that opportunity. So again, thank you. And like Marcus and Juan said, grab your phone tonight. If you're in Arrowhead District, calling all the Arrowhead parents and family members, all the people in the community in the Arrowhead District to text to 9199 Arrowhead. Okay. and make sure that if you're in that district, that you support your district, and let's try to get to 110% or even more if possible. But again, thank you to the committee, and thank you for everything that we're all working together to give more youth an opportunity to become the leaders of the Rio Grande Valley. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you, Rudy, for those inspiring words. Well, this ends our Friends of Scouting event. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. We invite you to be a fundraiser and to donate throughout the year, and or to be part of our fundraising committee for the next year's event. We thank you again for the support of Scouting and for your support of Scouting in the Rio Grande Valley and support of the Arrowhead District. Again, we'd like to thank our speaker, Dr. Creighton. I'm glad you're involved with the district. So have a great evening. And as a Scout slogan says, do a good turn daily. Thank you.